Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Tahir Dhindsa and you're watching SDTV. According to various surveys, the letter was in 2021, about 83% of Pakistanis do not have a diet which is nutritionally giving them enough to sustain their good health in the long term. And the index is deteriorating. And it's a sort of an emergency because workforce is the basis of economy nowadays, especially in Pakistan, when the global population is collapsing. Most of the countries, Japan and in Europe and in other countries, they are looking forward to import healthy people for various reasons. And Pakistan, along with the subcontinent, is blessed with youth. But what is the use if the hardware, human hardware, cannot absorb the software of education and all that? So health is an emergency. In Pakistan, various groups are working very closely. GAIN is one of them. Recently, a survey has been held, and we have today with us, I read from, for accuracy, from my phone, Anna Hertforth. She's the lead on this nutrition from the Harvard School of Public Health. So Anna, very warm welcome.
Thank you so much.
What do you say? Say something as a basic premise so we can ask you more questions on that.
So you were referring to a finding that has been published in the FAO-led UN report of the state of food security and nutrition in the world, that 83% of people in Pakistan cannot access a healthy diet, that it's unaffordable. And this means that even according to Pakistan's own dietary guidelines for a diet that provides adequate nutrition and good health and protection against non-communicable disease, most people in the country cannot actually afford to consume this. And the survey that we have done in 2021 is on what people actually do consume. And this is using a diet quality questionnaire that we've developed at Harvard in collaboration with GAIN and Gallup, and it's been the first nationally representative diet survey for Pakistan with a number of relevant findings.
How did you develop that questionnaire? I thought it is easy to use, but how it was developed?
Yes, this is a 5-minute questionnaire, and we sought to get the maximum information relevant to diet quality in the minimum amount of time so that it is a low cost and also informative survey. So this was developed using a set of universal food groups from which we can understand diet quality by using an adaptation specific to Pakistan, which was done with collaboration of people here in Pakistan to make sure we're asking the right questions.
Right. So what are the key findings from the survey related to Pakistan?
Yeah, so what we're seeing in the survey is, first of all, about half of women are consuming minimum dietary diversity, which means about half are consuming diets that are very likely to be inadequate in vitamins and minerals. And we can see this reflected in nutritional status. There's high anemia, and for children, also high indicators of undernutrition. And so we see that diets for at least half the population are likely to be not adequate in vitamins and minerals at the same time. We also see about half the population is also consuming foods that are putting their health at risk for NCDs. So foods that are very high in sugar, salt, and fats. We also see in Pakistan this double burden of undernutrition and non-communicable disease, which the diet data shows is coming from low diversity and high processed food intake as well.
Obviously, implementation is the second stage. It's a second tier thing. First, you need a right policy. Are there any gaps in policy? And if yes, what are those?
Yes. In the history of this region, the main concern has been hunger and famine. Right. And now it's transitioning to also, while there's still a concern about hunger, there's also a concern about unhealthy diets. Right. So the policy needs to be updated to be concerned with not only access to rice, wheat, the starchy staples of the core of the diet, but also fruits and vegetables and health protective foods and diverse diets, which have not been a policy focus up until now.
Up to now, how can we correct it? What are the policy, initially?
There are many options, but fundamentally it's about diversifying agricultural production, ensuring that people have access to diverse food options that are affordable for them locally. So diversification not only for export, but also for domestic use. At the same time, reducing some of the consumption of high sugar and high salt foods, because it's a new concern about diets that is not exactly new, but we're just seeing it in the data because the data are new to show this problem.
Right. Last question. Do you think that food dashboards are useful to monitor the situation and at the end give good input for a better policy and its implementation as well?
The Food Systems Dashboard is a remarkable achievement for Pakistan. It's one of the first countries in the world to adopt a national and subnational food systems dashboard. And it's a very useful tool because it can connect across the food system from what is produced in what is in the food supply, what is in the food environment, other aspects of the food system that then lead to downstream impacts on diets, nutrition, and health. And we have indicators across the food system to make those connections and ideally to inform policies on how to improve the situation where we see challenges.
Right. Anna, thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. Thank you very much. So the bottom line is that the policy needs to be improved, and obviously all stakeholders are working on that. And that would be a good news. If not much, if we add one iota towards the improvement, I think it would be, it's commendable. That's all up till now. Goodbye.